welcome to my channel. My name is Osaka, let's unravel. I'm so thrilled to have you here today. Before we dive in, there's just one thing to say. Let this video hit that subscribe, please support keeps the dream alive. Click the bell, stay in the know. New videos come and watch them grow. Thank you for being here, you're the best. Now let's get started with the rest. A short story I made just for you, so sit back, relax, here's what we'll do. Let this video hit that subscribe, please support keeps the dream alive. Click the bell, stay in the know. New videos come and watch them grow. Like every like, with every click, we build a world, brick by brick. So thank you all for what you do. Let's dive right in, it's just for you. Let this video hit that subscribe, please support keeps the dream alive. Click the bell, stay in the know. New videos come and watch them grow. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's begin.
Hello and welcome to my doll house. I'm osakachan.doll and I'm super excited and thrilled you're here today. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to share something personal. For those of you listening, due to some feedback suggesting my voice was a bit monotone and lack of emotion in my reading voice, I feel I should address the topic. What many don't know is that for years I've struggled with this because of childhood trauma related to learning to read and write. This trauma often triggered severe panic attacks, making it difficult for me to breathe. Reading aloud has always been especially challenging for me because of this. Because of this, I learned to read out loud in a pace easier for me to read without triggering an attack. Although I've made significant progress over time, I'm still committed to improving and working on myself. I want to thank you all in advance for your understanding. Now, before we jump into the video, it would mean a lot if you could hit the like button and subscribe. Your support goes a long way in helping me to continue to create quality content. Don't forget to tap the notification bell so you're always up to date with my latest uploads. And if you're into cool merch, check out Osaka Doll merch for some stylish gear and fun accessories, links in the description below. Thanks so much for being here, and let's get started. Today I will be telling you a short story that I made up that I call Whispers of the Forgotten Mansion. With that being said, let us begin. It was a cold, dark Halloween night. The wind howled through the empty streets. The once lively trick-or-treaters now vanished as if they had never existed. 4 friends, Alice, Miguel, Lola, and Benny, walked in eerie silence, their footsteps echoing in the chilling stillness. Shadows danced under flickering streetlights, and the air felt thick, oppressive, as if the night itself was watching them. They had heard the whispers, the ghost stories about the abandoned Victorian mansion on the outskirts of town, the place no one dared to go. It had been home to unspeakable horrors, they said. Children who entered were never seen again. The elderly would mumble about cursed rituals, about people who had vanished without a trace. The mansion was said to feed on fear, and yet here they were, seeking the thrill that came with daring the unknown. Feeling uneasy, Lola gripped her coat tightly, trembling, not just from the cold, but from an unshakable sense of dread that gnawed at her gut. She'd never liked this sort of thing, but something more than her friends' peer pressure kept her moving forward. Something darker. Benny, the joker, was trying too hard to lighten the mood with nervous, not-so-funny jokes and comments. Deep down, he was terrified. When they finally stood before the mansion, its malevolent presence seemed to loom over them like a beast swallowing the sky. It was larger than they'd imagined. The decaying structure bent with time, windows like soulless eyes peering down at them. The yard was a graveyard of weeds and twisted trees. The air around the house seemed colder and dead. "I don't like this," Lola whispered, voice trembling. Alice smirked. "It's just a house. Let's go." They approached the rotting door, which groaned in protest as Alice pushed it open. The moment they crossed the threshold, the temperature dropped further, and a sudden gust of wind slammed the door behind them with a deafening bang. Dust swirled in the moonlight, filtering through the cracked windows, and the scent of decay clung to the air. Benny's laugh was hollow. "Maybe we should leave before we catch some kind of haunted tetanus." But no one moved. The mansion seemed to pulse around them, alive in its own twisted way. They wandered deeper into its belly, the creaking floorboards groaning beneath their weight, as though the house was shifting, watching. "This place feels wrong," Miguel whispered, voice low, as though speaking too loudly might awaken something. Alice led them to a grand abandoned ballroom. Dust-covered chandeliers swayed eerily despite no wind. Sheets draped forgotten furniture, but there was something beneath the sheets. Moving, just barely, the air felt thick and hard to breathe, like the walls themselves were closing in. Suddenly, the ballroom doors slammed shut behind them, sealing them inside. Lola screamed, and Benny's face paled as his jokes died in his throat. "This isn't funny anymore." And then they heard it. A voice. Cold, disembodied, seeping from the walls. "Welcome to my home. You've come so far, you must stay." The room's temperature plummeted as the shadows around them deepened. The chandeliers groaned, their chains rattling. Then, from the darkest corner of the ballroom, a figure emerged, tall, skeletal, draped in rotting black attire. His skin was ashen, stretched tight over sharp bones, and his eyes glowed an unnatural, sickly yellow. "I've been waiting for you," the figure rasped, a grin splitting his face as he raised one bony hand. A shiver ran down their spines as the lights flickered out, plunging the room into utter blackness. Panic gripped the group. "We need to get out of here." Lola shrieked, fumbling for the door, but it wouldn't budge. Miguel banged his fists against the walls, but they didn't even creak. Benny's flashlight flickered on, but the beam barely penetrated the darkness. Then there was a laugh. It was low, guttural, and inhuman. It echoed through the room. The floor beneath them creaked violently before splitting open. With a sickening crack, they plunged downward, falling through the rotten wood, landing hard on cold, stone floors below. The dim light revealed they were no longer in the mansion, but in what looked like a medieval dungeon. Chains hung from the walls, covered in cobwebs, and the air smelled of death and rot. Trying to stand up, Lola trembled as she whispered, "This isn't possible. What is this place? This can't be real." But it was. There, in the corner of the dungeon, stood the figure from the ballroom. He was closer now, eyes gleaming with malice. "You should never have come," he hissed. "And now, you can never leave." He raised his hands and the ground around them began to pulse as though something was alive and was buried beneath their feet. The walls seemed to shift, the stones twisting and rearranging themselves like the house was breathing. The floor began to ripple, a dark substance bubbling up from beneath. Panicking, they tried to flee, but the dungeon warped, shifting like a maze around them. Every path they took led them back to the same spot. They could hear whispers, dark chants echoing in their heads. A chill ran through their bones as they realized the house was consuming them, trapping them in an eternal loop of terror. As they scrambled, Benny was the first to stumble. When he did, the ground beneath him opened up, and black, skeletal hands reached up, pulling him down into the abyss. His scream echoed before, abruptly cutting off. The others screamed, scrambling away, but there was no escape. "You're all mine," the figure called out to them. His voice was like venom. Suddenly, everything went black. When they awoke, they were back outside the mansion. The sky was pale with the first light of dawn, but something was different. The mansion, it was gone. Only a patch of dead grass remained where it once stood. Lola stared. Her eyes were opened wide. "It's gone. What in the world is going on? How can it be gone?" Miguel, pale and trembling, whispered, "Did we imagine it?" But Alice knew better. She touched her arm where a deep scratch ran across her skin. It was too real to be a dream. "We didn't imagine anything." As they turned to leave, Lola stopped. The whispers returned, faint but unmistakable, coming from the ground beneath her feet. She froze, her heart pounding in her chest, and as she looked down, she could see something moving beneath the earth. They all felt and saw it. Benny, Miguel, Alice, and Lola had never felt so scared. They looked at each other before running home as fast as they could. This was one Halloween they would never forget, and they all knew the truth. They could still feel it even after many years had passed. They knew. The mansion wasn't gone. It was waiting. The end. Thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you found it engaging and insightful. If you enjoyed the content, please consider showing your support by liking the video and subscribing to my channel. Your feedback is what keeps me motivated to keep creating valuable content for you. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. I'm Osaka, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Until then, take care. Thank you so much. I truly love your support, and I'll see you next time.
But not for long. Thanks for watching, hope you found it strong. I truly hope it left a spark, engaging thoughts, lighting up the dark. If you liked what you see, don't hesitate, hit that like, subscribe, it's never too late. Your support, it means the world to me, helps me bring you more, just wait and see. Oh, click that bell, don't miss a beat, stay tuned, every moment is sweet. I'm Osaka, here for you, take care, goodbye until we meet soon. Creating content to inspire your mind, thank you for the feedback, it's more than kind. Together we can keep this journey bright, with you here everything feels right. So hit that like, the rhythm roll, subscribe and say let's reach our goal. Your support lifts me higher every day, keep coming back, we've got more on the way. Oh, click that bell, don't miss a beat, stay tuned, every moment is sweet. I'm Osaka, here for you, take care, goodbye until we meet soon. Oh, until we meet again, my friend, this journey doesn't have to end. Thank you for everything you've done, we've just begun, we've just begun. Oh, click that bell, don't miss a beat, stay tuned, every moment is sweet. I'm Osaka, here for you, take care, goodbye until we meet soon.